CrossFit Iron Haven. Today I'm going to go over a few tips on how to get the most out of your strict press. So the key with a strict press is to keep the barbell over the center of your body. Often we end up failing to strict press if the bar goes away from us and doesn't stay right over the middle of the foot. In order to ensure this, you want to turn the elbows out sideways, and what that's going to do is that's going to prevent the bar from being pushed forward, but that's going to keep that bar more over the center. Turning the elbows out is also going to start your arms rotating backwards so that you can engage the upper back muscles to support the weight of the bar as you finish that lockout overhead. So in elbow positioning in the strict press, instead of having the elbows up high, you want them actually down below at almost 6 o'clock, but just enough in front so that bar starts meeting at your collarbone and shoulders. You don't want to spend a lot of time in the bottom of this position, and this is where people get really fatigued, because this is equivalent to being in the bottom of your push-up, where your arms are already under load and under tension. Once you step back with the bar, you want to start that strict press immediately after you take those steps out. So usually what I will do is I'll get my elbows positioned under the bar and get braced. I'll take 2 steps back, tighten up, squeeze the knees, squeeze the butts, and then go right into that strict press. Again, the more time that you waste in the bottom position, the more tired your arms are going to be. You want to be already in that pressing position from the moment that you unrack the bar. Right before I'm about to press, I'm going to make sure that my collarbone is facing the ceiling like a beacon of light shining straight upwards. Often if we start our chest facing forward and too low, we're not going to be able to press straight up into the bar, but that trajectory is going to go forward. So make sure as you step back that you slightly extend and arch the upper part of your back, but still keeping your butt squeezed and ribs pulled down. This way you're going to have a straight line from the barbell to overhead once you start pressing it. What we don't want to do is turn the strict press into a standing bench press. So in order to make sure that we're not arching too far back, we want to pull the ribs down towards our toes, trying to keep the distance between our ribs and our hips exactly the same. So as you step the bar out, keeping this cylinder of your trunk rigid. As you lean back, ribs stay down, and this, holding your abs down in this manner, is going to help you from arching back and pressing horizontally, but allows you to press a little bit more vertically. If you tend to dip with the knees right before you go into the press, one of the best things you can do is squeeze the muscles above your knees and squeeze your butt immediately before you start the press. By squeezing these muscles, it's going to prevent you from loosening them and wanting to dip. And that way you have a really sturdy base right before you start your press. Lastly, make sure that you try to drive your head forward immediately once that bar passes the height of your forehead. Keeping that bar as close as you can to your face. You want to be able to smell the bar as it passes your face, but you want to get your head forward so that bar stays over the center of your body and is already in line over your head when you try to press it out. That way you know you can finish that rep. You're not going to stay stuck with your head behind the bar. If you're doing touch and go reps, you want to actually rest at the top where your arms are stacked. This is equivalent to resting at the top of a push-up when you're in the plank position and then going down and bouncing into the next one. So touch and go reps, you're going to rest at the top. This is where you can breathe, where you can allow those arms to rest a bit more. Then you're going to touch and go, staying tight like you're going into the bottom of a squat and then driving up with force right as you meet your chest. In terms of your gaze, make sure that you're looking slightly above the horizon instead of down. Keeping your face above the horizon is going to make sure that your chin stays up and back and out of the way of the barbell. And this is also going to help you keep your chest facing upwards towards the ceiling.